So I said, just because you put syrup on something don't make it pancakes.
Great.
Anyway, welcome back to Kingdom Cast. This your host, Super Champ Chuck. We back at it with another episode, possibly the final one regarding the NFL draft. Don't
Oh,
forget to like. I mean, we might hit one more, man. We'll see. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, share all your social media platforms. I want to make this announcement real quick. We should be on Apple Podcasts right now. I did testing on it. It came up in the search engine. So for those who are watching, if y'all can just do us a favor, go to the search engine on Apple Podcasts, see if we come up. We should be coming up. So,
and it's
um,
about
I know. Sorry for the wait, y'all. All right,
boys to
but with
men, boy, boys to men. Never mind, God.
A B C D D.
The East Coast family. Okay, I'm sorry.
All right.
We sidetracked.
Nah, you good. All right. So, with that being said, let me go and introduce the panel before we get into things here. My guy Country's on the top right. Kylie's not here. She's getting ready to go on vacation before she pulls up
That
to Kansas City
birthday.
next week.
Out to Kylie.
Yeah, we're gonna do something
Oh,
special for her
shit.
birthday for sure. And then our guy Boogie, he's taking the night off. I think he's just ready for the draft to get here. So, but
And you
we got
ready
our
for them
guy.
tears?
Stop, man! Don't do my guy like that, bro.
Nah,
but
man.
Out the bug.
but we got
Shout
my
out to
guy
wide receiver
CJ
Bud.
Jones from the Aftermath podcast, which is sponsored by Arrowhead Live. Well, how you doing, man?
Hey, I'm good, fellas. How we doing tonight? How we doing?
Good,
I'm
good.
great, bro. Great, man. I'm just ready to talk some ball with you, man. You know your
Week
stuff.
left, man.
So
A week left. We
a
so
week
close.
away, bro.
So close.
I can't wait, man. Like that
Me too.
stage gonna look crazy. That
I
stage gonna
drove
look
by the
crazy
other
as
day.
heck.
They got it on lockdown. You can't get nowhere near close to Union Station. Like they got Main Street blocked off. I went down the other side of Broadway, and you can kind of get a good glimpse, but they got it on lock for sure.
I
Yeah,
was
cause I
listening to
saw.
something. They got a 24-hour camera that's just sit up there to watch it.
I believe it.
Hmm.
They got some dude that's sitting on Main Street. He literally
Yep,
just sits in a chair while the street blocked off. He just sit there.
yep.
Wow,
I saw that too.
that's
Yeah, they
gotta
keeping
suck.
that. Yeah, they keeping that tight, man. That's how you know it's the NFL, bro.
Keep it on lock.
But but anyway, man, let's get down to business, man. So CJ, man, you're brand new to the program here, dog. So like tell us about your background, man. I mean, everybody knows you pretty much a lifelong Chiefs fan, but how did you get put on to being like a Chiefs fan?
Like you said, it's been in my blood since day one. So everybody in my family liked the Chiefs. Pops took me to games when I was younger. Probably like my first experience was probably going in the Trent Green, Tony Gonzalez, Priest Mahomes, that era. It's like early 2000s. So I'm a 90s baby. So I know country probably think I'm a youngin. So that's probably like my introduction to Chiefs Kingdom and everything. Then I've been rocking ever since. So it's in the blood. So I ain't had no choice but to root for the Chiefs.
Yeah, that's what's up. And yeah, you play football down in the South, right?
I play college football at Alabama A&M.
Yep.
That's
Yes,
what's
sir.
up.
That's what's up. Tight ends, because you pretty familiar with tight end position, so you know how
Most important position. You feel me?
right.
Most underrated. You dig?
I'm pretty sure we're gonna get to that at some point in the program. But yeah, but first things first, man. Let's go and address some things, man. Brett Veach had his press conference today, talking about the plans for the draft as far as what the Chiefs could possibly do and everything. So I mean, I want to go around the room and get your guys' thoughts on what Brett Veach said and what stood out for y'all.
He talked for 30 minutes and he actually said nothing that entire time. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. He is well trained. Andy Reid taught him well. He said a lot, but he didn't say nothing.
Don't give no dirt, no nothing.
No, it's the truth is in it's in there. It's like a Jay-Z verse.
Got to read between
It's
the
in
lines.
there. You
Hmm.
just gotta find it and figure it out. But even though if you think it is, it's still not might not be the truth. You know
Hey,
what I'm
country,
saying?
we
He was
call that
like,
smoke, don't we?
we
We
can
call that
trade
smoke.
up, we can trade out, we can. It ain't no truth in that, man.
We
Brett
call
Veach
that
is the
smoke.
master, bro.
We call that smoke in the air.
It's a lot of
Hmm.
smoke, smoky.
He gassing everybody right now. I mean, it is 420. Not
It
partake.
is.
Well, we are in Missouri, so technically you. If you
Yeah, it
partake,
is
I'm just saying.
420.
If you
Yeah.
are in Missouri, you can't partake.
But no, it was a good purpose. It is a good press conference. He's got much better at doing press conferences.
You could tell he's
He's
just
much
sitting
more entertaining.
there.
He had his kid's shirt on that the kid designed, and he covered pretty much everything. But like I said, he really didn't say much.
Trying to keep it simple. It's a week before. I ain't trying to give out too many secrets. So, I mean, he
He,
did kind of talk about some kind of background things that me and Chuck
yeah,
said the other day.
he do look tired though, so he been working.
He was staying up
He
late,
look like he ain't slept in a couple of days. There was some bags under them eyes,
working them phones.
but he did, and I think I said this in the group chat that he did look calm. He looked relaxed. He looked like he wasn't bothered about nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Work again. You did, Country?
Yeah. So I like that. I like that his swagger seemed to be right. His confidence looked right. I think he ready to tackle this. I think he got it. I think he got his technique down.
Mm-hmm.
Because everybody want to go back to that first draft, but taking over GM and in the middle of another reign, it's not really your guys per se.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's
Mm-hmm.
not really your scouts. So, we'll give him a pass for that. But I mean, since then, he's been on point and he's been getting better every year. So it's up. We expect a good draft. It's at that point. We expect you to come back with some guys. You got 10 picks. I don't think they're gonna make 10 picks. I would say 8.
Yes, maybe 7.
Yeah, 7, at least 7.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's not gonna be 10 guys coming back. But we said that last year though.
I mean, it was take a lot of
guys. It was 10 guys.
It just kind of depends. Yeah.
So, but like I said, I think people now we expect him to draft good. We expect him to draft well, and that's what we going into this. And he gotta perform. You gotta prove yourself every year, even though how fair that is or not. I think you gotta reprove yourself every year because there's people out there like Miss Pam that don't believe it. Shout out to Miss Pam.
Shout out to Miss Pam.
Shout out to Miss Pam, man. She's a firecracker, yo. She's definitely a firecracker, man.
There's nobody that has harder critiques than Pam. Nobody.
Man. But like my thing with Brett Veach today is this: like Brett Veach, I think he's aware of the endless possibilities that could happen in this draft.
Mm-hmm.
That's why he's calm and everything. And by the way, man, you mentioned about the bags being under his eyes. I want to tell everybody this: being a GM in the National Football League is not for the faint of heart. I'll tell you that right now.
Bro, being a scout ain't no easier. If you're a scout, you're like never home, like ever.
Mm-hmm.
I saw college scouts when I was in school. Like they were ever barely like when we were playing, they were on the road. So I can only imagine how it is for an NFL organization. So
there is no easy job on the what's the easiest job? Even the water boy, you're probably nervous because you don't want to trip and fall on national TV.
Every job is tough, but even like Veach, because everything you do is critique. Like I mean, everything you do, especially like in social media, anything you do is news. You could be scratching your nose outside. They don't think you working, or people think Veach sitting on his hands if you don't make a move in a certain amount of time. So everything you do is news, whether you're doing something or you're not doing something. So it's a very stressful job. So you could tell
we get on Scott Pioli because it was gum wrappers in the hallway. You know what I'm saying? And we still talk about that. Like,
oh God,
we done won 2 Super Bowls, since then, and that's still like a point of conversation. So
that's a fact.
Yeah, it's a hard job, man. You definitely could. No sleep, no family time for real. You know what I'm saying? No off season. Mm-hmm. There is no off season in football.
That's the part. No off season. There really is no like downtime. Usually in a job you get downtime in the year. Like what is the downtime for an NFL exec or an NFL coach or player? Because soon as
you probably got
you're trying to win.
Between if you make the playoffs,
that's in January. Yeah.
Combine is what?
Like March.
Right then. If you go to the Super Bowl, that's February.
So you back to back.
And then the combine is right there.
Facts.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So you gotta ain't no down season. You probably get about 2 weeks.
That's it.
I was just about to say that 2 weeks probably. That's it.
Maybe 3 max if you just gave himself off, but that's about
max.
Max. That's it. Ain't no time off.
And Andy's not taking 3 weeks.
Yeah, his wife probably couldn't even give him 3 days. You'd be lucky to get that. Andy right back in the lab, writing up, drawing up plays, trying to find out some kind of edge on another team, watching any kind of film you can. This is the time of year when you find that stuff. Like, I wouldn't be shocked if this was the time of year. Like, we know Bieniemy found the little nuance in, like, the Philly defense to find how they cover their man motions. And we ran corn dog and we ran it with Sky. That time of year, you find that kind of stuff. Like, hey, what do these teams really like to do? And you can just, like, binge watch a whole team's entire season. Like, watch everything they do from this perspective. So then when you go into camp, hey, they do this a lot last year. Let's see if they want to do it again.
This is the time. Remember when everybody was dropping 8 and rushing 3?
Yep.
And I was like tweeting like, have fun doing this because you're not going to be able to do it next year because that's over. Because they go into the lab as soon as this is over. All right, now how do we stop this? We're going back to the lab. Facts. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
I want to get to my boy question because he think people don't. We're not putting the comments up and we're not
answering the question. Read it. He said, "Y'all got."
Who are the Chiefs drafting first?
A lot of.
Pacey
or Pac? Am I saying it right?
Is it Passy?
Passy or Pacey? I hope I'm saying it right.
Pacey.
Pacey.
Okay.
There's a lot of options, Pacey. It could be. We in Country and Chuck have talked about it on end. It could be an end. It could be a tackle. It could be a receiver. We can make a whole list of names for you, but we just don't know. It's kind of hard to call, like Country said, because there's so many moves that could be made on day one for our team.
Okay, let's not do a name. Let's do a position. I think over the last few days, I am leaning towards offensive tackle in the first.
I wouldn't be mad at that at all. I'm leaning towards either tackle or receiver, based off how the feedback I'm getting from other teams, seeing players do mocks, seeing like scouts and analysts do mocks, and seeing how the board's falling. Once you get around 20, I think if we get down to 31 and we don't move and we stay pat, I think it'll be right tackle or receiver that we take at 31. And I'll be fine either way.
Oh yeah, Brent,
Chuck think he fresh. He ain't fresh, man.
I am fresh. You a hater.
You bow wow fresh.
Yeah.
That song was a hit though.
Fresh as I mean.
He was Mr. 101 part for a reason.
Nah.
But I did see that Brett Veach mentioned that the groups that caught his attention were the defensive backs, like in the secondary.
He love a good DB. You know that.
Yep. He mentioned linebackers. He mentioned tight ends. Those are the groups that stood out for him. Now, am I saying those are a possibility in the first round? I mean, I'm not necessarily saying that because I think that's smoke.
That's that smoke he was talking about.
Yeah.
That's that smoke right there that he was talking about.
We like this kid. He about to backdoor everybody.
Yep. Because I like the way Brett Veach just approaching this entire thing. I like how he approached the entire thing. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, the Chiefs, they very good at hiding stuff. You know what I mean?
Got that
keeping stuff close to keeping stuff close to the vest. You know what I mean?
That's the only thing we kept from our New England days when we were the New England Midwest. The only thing we kept was the secrets. Kevin, as far as Zay Flowers, let's chop this table up a little bit.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Zay Flowers.
I do like him though. I like Zay.
You can't like him, but Zay Flowers invited himself. It wasn't I think Brett said it today that was something that his agent was cool with. Like, can he go down there and work out?
Yeah.
And as far as Quentin Johnston, is it Johnston?
Quentin Johnston.
They got a T in there. Johnston.
He's from there.
Yeah.
He's right down the corner. So of course. And we already know this is the last year this is gonna happen. It's not gonna happen anymore. They about to shut that down. But don't nobody want to work out with your quarterback.
Ain't nobody else quarterback
I saw your tweet, Country. I saw your tweet. Ain't nobody come to see you, Otis.
Ain't come to see your quarterback.
Ain't nobody come to see your quarterback.
That's a smart move by Zay and his representation. Obviously, like you already in the area working out. They probably were going to call you in for some type of workout, either via the combine or a private workout. So this is just a match made in heaven. We don't got to fly you out. You already there. So just get some work in with Pat, and then Pat can tell us the feedback off what he liked and what he didn't like. So it's a win-win for both sides.
I'm not mad at Flowers. I think it's gonna cost too much. I don't want to give up 95, 31, and then something else. That's too much.
All right, so who are we willing to move up with? I've been thinking the trades I've been seeing, the people that really like interested in us and moving down are Minnesota and New York. I think that's 23 and 21, if I'm not mistaken. Those are
Which
two
New
teams
York?
that I've been hearing feedback from their fans that they're thinking about saying, hey, if we traded down, we wouldn't maintain trading down with y'all. So I'm like, well, that's
Which New
moving
York?
up 10 spots. And we did that last year at 21 with Trent. So that's our range if we wanted to move up.
Which New York team?
Giants.
The Giants.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So them and
Hell, we
Minnesota.
take everything else from the Giants. We might as well
I mean,
take
yeah,
that
we
pick.
doing business with him already, so it wouldn't shock me. Him. We got Kafka up there. He putting in a good word for us.
How much would that
Right.
cost, though?
I think if we did a pick swap, they probably want a third, I would believe. If we
Yeah,
swapped first and gave up a third, it depends who the player is. It depends. Now, if we're doing this and like say JSN falls or Addison falls or one of the tackles like Broderick Jones really or Darnell Wright, I would be interested in them in making that move to get up. But I don't want to give up the second, like Country said. I don't want to give up.
Yeah.
Is it our 63rd pick? That's our second rounder. I don't want to give up that one. But if we give up our third, I would be very interested, especially if we could. Obviously, we just like in the Veach presser today, like Chuck said, Veach was talking about other moves. You heard him mention Clyde. He was like, we'll see how we'll approach that after the draft. If I was cold reading in between the lines, like Country said, I think that's like code for maybe he's in a package. Possibly. Not guaranteeing he's gone. I'm just saying. If we had to move Clyde in a pick to move up to 21, that wouldn't shock me at all. Or move up to like 23 in that area.
So what you think about that comment from Brent? He said Josh Downs does a lot of the same stuff as Zay Flowers, but not on the same level. I mean, what do you think about that comment? Do you agree with that?
We have so many guys that play slot already. Like, I'm not saying Josh Downs isn't good, but like I would prefer a receiver who can play outside and inside. And Downs is a very, very good slot receiver, maybe the best slot receiver in this class, compared if you give some people's opinion. But Zay Flowers can play outside more than I think Josh Downs could. So for our offense, do you think that would be fair to have three guys that would be mainly slot players like KT, Sky can both play outside if it need be? I don't want another guy who's like dominant in the slot only. I prefer to have a guy who could do a little bit of both. I'm not saying Downs can't play outside at all, but his main strength would be in the slot, given his.
And what's the key? What's the key to being a Chiefs player?
Versatility. Gotta be able to do
versatility. It's probably the number one thing.
Absolutely.
And Brett Veach mentioned that quite a bit in his press conference today. He mentioned
you
how
got to be able to do something else.
You can't high on the list.
You can't be a tackle. You got to be able to play a little guard.
You got to be able to switch sides if need be.
If you're a linebacker, you got to be able to Mike and Will.
Yep,
you know what I'm saying? Or Mike and Sam.
You see, he lit up when he talked about Juwan.
Hey, CJ, as a tight end, you got to be able to catch the ball and block.
Play in line, play off line, go in motion. All those things matter. You see, Vince lit up. When you started talking about Juwan Taylor, and that's how I know this. We all love this move, and I know people were controversial about it. I've heard Veach sign off on it. I've heard Andy and Coach Heck all sign off on this move, and that's why I have no doubts in my mind this is going to be a seamless transition, mainly for Juwan and for us, because they all been scouting him since he was at Florida and since he was on the market when he was coming into the league. So I'm very confident that Juwan Taylor is going to be great for us, whether it be right or left tackle, because they love his footwork.
And where did he come from?
Jacksonville.
Who's the coach?
We already know who that is. Dougie P.
Exactly. That's an Andy Reid treat.
Andy Reid
business, hey, you know what? This is my. You know who I look at to be interested? Everybody that's on Andy Reid's coaching tree.
Mm-hmm.
Who they looking at? I think we looking at too.
Yeah,
because I think so. Chicago.
Yep. New York,
Indianapolis, the Giants,
Jaguars.
All those guys that are Andy Reid clones or Andy Reid tree guys. Ron Rivera. I look at those guys and say, "Yep, if they were looking at them, I bet we were interested too."
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Because they just from the same situations. Now, Doug P. He sprinkle his little flavor. Everybody sprinkle their little flavor on it, but it's still the same guys.
Facts.
You feel me?
By the way, Andy Reid's disciples, they take a majority of the league as far as coaching staff.
Facts.
So
everybody's out there got a job in some capacity, whether it be head coach or a coordinator. You get a job, you come off the Andy Reid tree.
And he still beats them too. It's not like somebody is dominate as a student. Like, who's the student that he's probably got a winning record against all his tree.
Mm-hmm. I think he does. Mm-hmm. Especially when it comes to a guy like Childress and all them. Yep, most of the guys he usually beats.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Because he give you, I didn't show you everything. I showed you enough. You know what I'm saying?
I can't give you the whole recipe.
Right. You can beat 25 teams with this, but you can't beat this one.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's different when you come here.
It seemed like Bill Belichick gave out too much to his.
His disciples stay
He
beating
be
him.
losing to his.
He do. All his old coaches should be beating him.
With as much excitement as you have for Jawan Taylor, is he a lock for left tackle though?
He should be paying him that kind of money. Absolutely. Because I don't think a left tackle in this class is going to be available for us that I think we would feel comfortable starting day one. Now, there's some right tackles that are available, and y'all know the names: Darnell Wright, Broderick Jones. Obviously, if guys like Matt Bergeron, we can get on day two. Antoine Harrison, which is probably more than likely who I think we could grab at 31 if we stay pat. There's going to be more than likely a right tackle I will feel comfortable starting given the Lucas Niang situation. And Veach mentioned it. Lucas is going to get an opportunity to earn his job, absolutely. But given his injury history, I don't think either you guys or most people in Chiefs Kingdom would be comfortable right now saying he's our day one starter because I just don't know. So I would have to bring somebody in.
When he was starting, he wasn't bad though.
He was
like
good. He was very good.
People act like he was terrible, but he took an injury, a bad injury. What do you do? Break his leg or something like that?
Mm-hmm.
Long as he come in shape, he got to start coming in shape. You can't. This ain't the 90s.
Yeah, don't be working on the sideline.
Yeah, this ain't the 90s where you play yourself into shape. And I think Orlando Brown was doing that.
Stretch. I think that's
you like football shape and regular shape are two different things. I think Country saying he just want to see him look. He want to see him look good before.
Right.
But I don't think cats from the 90s just played themselves into shape like that. I don't think it was like
they
that.
also practice.
They say it though. Players say it because they had longer training camps. They had more preseason games.
They hit every day.
You probably could play yourself into shape.
Yeah, because you ain't doing.
I mean, come in close. If you come in at 85 over preseason, I can play myself into that last 15.
Because the conditioning test is going to be easy anyway. It's not really a tough one. So all you gotta do is just come in. It's usually like maybe like where you do like either gashers or you do like the up and downs or the sideline gashers or back and forth. So it's not really a crazy hard to pass conditioning test. But like Country said, I just want to see him look physically in shape. Not say he got to play in shape, but if he looks good, I don't want to go to training camp when we all go up to St. Joe and see Lucas Niang on the sideline and not practicing. I want to see you practicing. Not saying every single day you're going to get your veteran days, but I want to see you out there with the team. Last year he was barely practicing, and that's the thing that was probably the most disappointing.
Yeah, and I don't want that. I don't want that picture on training camp day.
Yeah,
it's like, hey, look at Lucas. He looked fat. Like he pulled up last year, and everybody was like, Lucas looked fat. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
Immediately, you know how that is, and everything sets the fan base off into a panic. So I want you to pull up in shape, bro, looking like you want to be a right tackle. Let me see you earn the job. We're not just gonna give it to you, even though they kind of giving it to him. Like, act like it's dangling. You know what I'm saying? Act like it's the ladder match, and the belt is right there, and you trying to get your money in the bank. You know what I'm saying? I want to see you earn this job, bro. Earn it.
Absolutely.
You've done it before.
So do it again.
Do it again. Got to see you do it because I got a rookie coming in.
You feel me?
He ready.
On God.
And by the way, speaking of rookies, keep an eye on Blake Freeland. Yeah, keep an eye on that name. BYU
Blake Freeland. There's so many ways they can go. There's so many ways they can go. I'm against wide receiver in the first round, but I'm not mad about it. If they did come back with Zay Flowers, okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? That's the type of fan I am. I'm gonna accept it.
I like him. He's a good fit for what we do. Now, I would be more upset if we took a receiver who's not necessarily a good fit for us. I don't mind Quentin Johnston. Could we produce with him? Yes. But who's a better fit for us? I think it's Zay Flowers. I don't think it's even a debate. Now, who's the better receiver is yet to be seen. Obviously, any receiver with Pat is going to look good. But for what we do, like Country said, versatility from the past receivers we taken, like Chuck said, Zay Flowers is more of a Chiefs type of receiver that we would grab more so than Quentin Johnston.
Right.
Yeah. CJ, I want to go back to what you said about Gashers, CJ. Hey, Country, you remember when Carrington posted that video a long time ago from 6'10" and he was doing them Gashers? and he wasn't even close to passing the test. Dog.
When they were doing the combine on 6'10"?
Yeah, bro. That man was laid down on the ground, bro, and he still had to do a few more Gashers. I just remember that, man. That was so funny, though.
That's crazy.
Dude, shut your ass up, Juice. You silly, dude.
Really speaking of USFL, I didn't know that. That's what's up.
He had a good game last week.
I'm going to go check him out.
He was
I,
balling.
bro, I don't know if fans were being funny. Sometimes on Twitter, you don't know the difference.
Yeah, you don't know if they trolling or
I'm
serious.
happy for the kid.
No,
I'm
me
happy for
too.
the kid. He got drafted early. He was considered a bust. He's out the league. Now he's back. He looked like he in shape.
Facts.
I mean, it is the USFL, so the level of competition isn't crazy, but I'm happy for the kid. I
Yeah,
don't
I'm
know
glad.
if people were happy for it or it's more the joke than anything,
I'm
but
just glad he got an opportunity because it's hard
yeah,
to get in the league, man. It's hard to get an opportunity and to stay in the league. So if he get a chance to keep playing ball and like obviously getting away to make a way for his family, who are we to make fun of that, bro? But you know how that's like Country said, the internet's serious or unserious. You just don't know. So
bro, you never know. You never know.
Right. And like
But
it's crazy. Football really is all year round now. I mean, you got the
it really is,
XFL
bro.
just coming back, the USFL coming back. So
You
I
got
mean,
the
hopefully
CFL.
hopefully them leagues are around
CFL.
for a long time, man.
Mm-hmm.
I wish them the
Football is always
best.
king. Football is king for a
but
reason in America.
but before we
Mhm.
got sidetracked, this is what I'm saying. There's so many ways they could go receiver, edge, tackle.
Those
They
are the
could
ways
go
for sure.
tackle, edge, receiver. They can
Mm-hmm.
go receiver, or they can go edge, receiver, like it's so
So many
many
combinations.
different ways.
Right. And
That's
I
why
think
I'm
that's the
like,
good
I
thing.
don't want to get rid of that third pick because I can still get somebody with that pick if
That's
I
a
don't
solid pick.
move.
So who are the
You know
guys
what I'm
that
saying?
who are the guys you guys are willing to move that third pick for if it means moving up in that first round? Because I know it's a few. It's not many guys we would move up for. So who are the players you would like? If we moved up and got him, I would be okay with giving up that 93rd pick.
What's the kid from Georgia? Nolan Smith, the defensive guy.
The edge, you'd be cool with him.
Miles Murphy.
Murphy.
Oh yeah,
Miles
Miles
Murphy for
Murphy. Okay,
Clemson.
out of Clemson.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who else, man? I seen people trading up and wanted a tight
DJ
end, and I'm like, bro, I have not. We got
DJ
8
Mason,
tight ends now. I'm not
JSN.
doing that.
Dorian, I'm with Dorian. If it's JSN, I'll do it. I'm cool with that one.
Got
Yeah.
Jalen Carter.
I,
That's a
Carter.
pipe dream,
I
Juice.
don't see him falling though. Do you
I
see
love the
Right,
energy,
he
JSN
don't
Juice.
fall
falling?
either.
Hey, Juice, I
Carter
love the
going
energy,
top
but
10, bro.
he ain't falling, bro.
He's
Carter going
not.
top 10, dog.
Yeah.
I think the realistic ones for me would be like obviously JSN out of Ohio State. He's a dynamic receiver, can play inside, can play outside. I don't want people to get confused thinking just because of the tape from 2 years ago when he played most of his snaps, I think like 75 to 80% out of the slot. But when you're playing with guys like Chris Olave and Gary Wilson, you're not going to get too many outside reps because those are 2,000-yard rookie receivers in the NFL. So those are very good guys to play next to. And you remember the quote, they said JSN is better than both of them. He was just the younger one out of the group. So if JSN snuck his way down to 20, which I'm like Chuck, I don't see it happening. I would be very, very interested to see Veach go up and get him. The only receiver I would do outside of that would be Jordan Addison out of USC. Those are the only two guys I'm interested in moving up for. If it's not that, I'm like Country. I'd rather like sit or move back. There's plenty of other tackles or edges that we can get later on, especially on that second round day 2 spot for sure.
How far are you willing to jump?
20 max.
You
20.
wouldn't move up for Zay Flowers at 25.
25 is closer.
Yeah,
I
that's
could do
close.
25.
That's close. I wouldn't mind it, but if I'm a move, I want to move up, not just like close to us. Like because I'm looking at the teams that are in front of us.
Okay.
Like Baltimore's in front of us. I know they're taking a receiver. I'm looking
Right.
at Minnesota's at 23 and the Giants are at 25. I know, and obviously 24 would be a good spot, like Country said, because we have good relationships with Jacksonville. 21 is the Chargers. I'm seeing a lot of mocks of them getting Zay Flowers. And I know they want a receiver badly. Now, if they charger it up and pass on Zay Flowers, I would be happy because then I would seem, if we go down to Baltimore, do we think they're going to take a DB? We think they're going to take a receiver. They just signed Odell, but they don't know if Lamar is really going to resign. So that little
They still
21,
need some help. They still need some help.
they do. That 21 to 25 spot is sweet. There's a lot of teams that do need a receiver, but the receivers aren't their number one need. Like if you're the Jaguars, receiver isn't your number one need. If you're the Vikings, receiver isn't your number one need. If you're the Giants, they need a receiver desperately, but they also don't have that many picks. I think one of the fans told me they only have like 4 or 5. So they need a lot of picks. So if they wanted to gather a couple from us, come down from 25 down to 31, they may be interested. And we already have the Kafka relationship.
What if they
Brian
got Zay
Daboll too.
Flowers? Chuck, what if they know the Chargers want Zay Flowers, so they got him down there working out and they scouting him?
Hey, bro, that'd be petty. That'd be so petty, bro.
That's so evil,
That
bro.
would be
That would be hella evil, dog. If we grab Zay Flowers, if we jump the Chargers, I'm gonna laugh so hard.
But low key, I think they really, really scouted Justin Herbert and that's why we so good against them.
Yeah.
I think that they know his. I think Derek Carr definitely. That's division guys, but I think they already had a little inside information of what this kid can do and what this kid can't do. That would be so evil, but I would love it though.
It'd
But
be hella petty. That'd
Because
be
Chargers fans, they've been clamoring for a wide receiver to stretch the field for the longest, dog. Like at least the past 3 years or so, they've been clamoring for a receiver to stretch the field.
And Charger, that bomb is ticking.
Absolutely.
The money bomb is about to blow.
Because you got to pay Justin this summer.
Oh
and
yeah, absolutely.
Jalen Hurts didn't do you no favors.
Yep, the first one's always the cheapest one. The next one's gonna be the more expensive one.
It got to.
Another reason they may be desperate at receiver because Keenan getting old and Mike can't stay healthy, so they may be more desperate for a receiver than we are. So
right. So who's it telling they ain't gonna move up? You know what I'm saying? So Patriots are always willing to move down.
You know that.
That's what they do. That. So
you know that.
We never know how it's gonna play out, bro. Nobody expected Trent McDuffie to be there at 21.
I thought he was gonna be gone.
Right.
He wasn't even on the board because it was like there's no way he's gonna be down here.
Exactly.
You know,
and that's something that Brett Veach hasn't done before. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he ain't never. That was the first time moving up,
especially for a corner.
But I was confident.
But George was a shock. George wasn't supposed to be there where we got him. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah.
He fell down.
Anything can happen.
Anything.
I'm voting for a lot of quarterbacks to go off the board early. They should
trade them, but they ain't gonna do it, Juice.
let me get 5 quarterbacks going out in the first round. That helps me out a lot.
The fifth? You think it's gonna be Hooker?
Gotta be.
And
gotta be.
That he would be a shock just because how's he rehabbing? Like I've seen him throw. He didn't look amazing, but he didn't look bad either. Like, have you even been hearing first round? I thought he was still a day 2 guy.
Yeah, I'm hearing more of like a day 2 guy myself with him.
Which kind of sucks because he was a day 1 guy for sure. He was probably QB3 in like some people's minds if he doesn't get hurt.
I think he went to go work out with the Ravens the other day. I think that's what I heard.
Smart move.
It might be a desperation or that's your trade back game because I'm in the second. But let me go ahead and get the extra year on him at 31.
You feel me?
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
There's a lot of teams that's going to be moving. Tennessee can move up. They need a quarterback, which sucks because you just took Malik Willis. Philly's obviously right in front of us at 30. Pittsburgh behind us at 32. I think a lot of teams are going to be hitting us up, like us, Philly, and Pittsburgh, for that back end of the first, beginning of the second, to try to say, hey, how do we get in that area? Yeah, that's the
it makes sense. There's
Malik Willis just does not fit in Tennessee. Malik Willis just does not fit in Tennessee, bro. Like he don't fit that offense system whatsoever.
I wish him to go to Pittsburgh so bad, bro.
Yes, same here, dog. Same here, dog.
I did not want him to go to Tennessee, dog.
But what about the possibility of moving Trey Lance? How does that affect? Is that gonna be a thing?
That's definitely
you know what I'm saying.
I heard him being rumored to the Texans. That's the last thing I heard about him.
Texans sign anybody. They don't care who it is.
I mean, that does make sense because I've been hearing that the Texans may not go quarterback, so maybe they are comfortable with trading for Trey.
Juice, stop it, man. Come on, the Raiders are bad. They're not that bad.
Hey, how hard will we laugh if the Raiders took Will Levis?
That's a Raiders pick.
That's a Raiders move, though. That's
somebody Thursday night is gonna make one of those
facts.
What?
That's a fact. Like, huh? Us seeing it in person is gonna be so much. It's gonna be so much more funny to see everyone's facial reactions because somebody taking Will Levis and somebody gonna be mad. I can't. Bruh. That's gonna be the best pick of the night. Seeing whoever draft Will Levis.
Oh, how is Kansas City gonna react when the Raiders, Chargers, Broncos get on the board? Is it gonna be consistent boo through the whole entire 20-minute?
They may.
You know what I'm saying? Like, are you gonna be able to hear the pick? Because
probably won't. He's gonna have to tell us to calm down. You know, we get rowdy when people tell us to be quiet.
Big
you know what I'm saying? Like,
this goes back to Elway.
Go back to Elway. Everybody wear their little neon hats, man.
So Denver announced they got Jake Plummer, Terrell Davis, and
In their ring
Dang,
of
who's the
honor?
other? Huh?
In their ring of honor?
No, they announcing their picks. It was
Oh, they
somebody else.
announcing
I
their
think it was
picks.
another
Okay.
quarterback.
Okay.
But I'm
Okay.
like, bro, they gonna get booed. Like when
Man,
Terrell
Oh, of
Davis step
course.
up to the podium,
you're about to
how he's
boot his
getting
ass.
booed. It
Of
might be
course.
Bill Romanowski. Like he might get some thrown at him.
Oh, he'll get the worst one. He'll get the worst of it for sure. Roman, if it's okay, Demarcus, where is the other player you was trying to
DeMarcus Ware.
think about?
Okay.
I hope the Raiders don't. Oh yeah,
You
he won't be there, Kevin. He gonna be gone. He gonna be
Yeah,
gone
I don't,
next
I
know,
year.
don't, I
you
don't
know
think so.
what would be petty if they let Emmanuel Sanders do the, that would be so petty.
That'd be
He
sick.
would get booed off the
Oh gosh, yeah, that'd be tragic.
But
But
it's so
there's some
many.
more.
It's go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh no, go ahead, country. Before I segue to another
I'm,
topic.
I'm I'm just saying there's so many ways it could go, and as we can talk about it till we blue in the face. But on the night of the draft, it's still gonna be a monkey wrench thrown in there. You're gonna be like, "What was
Like,
that?"
there's always some
It
movement.
happens every year.
Absolutely,
It
absolutely.
happens every year.
It
It's
has
gonna
to.
be a team that either get desperate for something and jump too high. It's gonna be somebody taking Hooker where he shouldn't be. It's gonna happen. It's gonna be a wide receiver that goes and Downs is gonna go before Flowers, and everybody's gonna be like, "What is going
But
on?"
how did he even get reached? There's always a reach. Somebody gonna reach for somebody.
It's
It happens every year.
or you sitting there Thursday night, and then Arizona trades for Marquise Brown, Hollywood, and it's
Something
like,
always
what?
wrong.
Where did that come from?
Exactly. You don't see it.
And then later on, AJ Brown is going to the Eagles, and it's like, yo, okay, all right,
Exactly.
let's calm ourselves down and get you just never know, bro. You
That's the
never
dope
know.
thing about the draft. There's so many
Here's
options.
something Charles is going to participate in. The Roger Goodell booing. Charles is
You
They're gonna pull the
absolutely,
hell out of Rock.
absolutely am gonna participate that. But yeah, country. You mentioned those scenarios, right? So I want to segue to back to DeAndre Hopkins. He's the biggest name out right now as a trade candidate.
Mm.
So his name could come up during the draft as someone to get traded during that time period. Now, I want to bring up this scenario. Oh, as by the way, he was in a fashion show, the Fear of God fashion show to be
Shout out to Jerry
specific.
Lorenzo.
Yep. But yeah, I want to bring out this scenario to you guys. Which is the most likely scenario for the Chiefs? Them trading for DeAndre Hopkins or them drafting a wide receiver early on and it's KT as wide receiver one on the depth chart?
Trading for
bruh.
D-Hop or drafting a receiver.
I,
Drafting a receiver is more likely.
I think so too. But I also the second part of that, I think they are really looking at KT as the number one wide receiver.
Facts. I think they are too.
I don't think that's smoke,
I think they
and
legit
I
believe it.
really don't think that's smoke, bro.
They're gonna add a receiver regardless, but him being when you look at that depth chart and you see Kadarius Toney as the first one, they believe in that statement. That doesn't we know he's not the first option of our offense, but him being on the depth chart as wide receiver one, they believe in that. So fans may
I,
not like it, but
I
they believe
believe it. I
it.
believe it. I believe that report, and I think Justin Watson and Richie James being signed kind of solidified it for real.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
In a
because
sense.
it's even if you don't like the receivers, shout out to Jody, I love you. Even if you don't like the room, even if you don't like the room is crowded.
It is. We got 6 guys now, don't we?
It's crowded.
Justin, Richie, MVS, Sky, KT, Justin, Ross, if he makes the roster. That's 6 right now.
Right.
And
That's
then the rookie,
six.
we draft a rookie, that's 7. Somebody not making the team. Somebody on practice squad.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Exactly.
so everybody can't make the team.
So, and then you throw in, and unless they keep 7 receivers, this is my other. I think we might be done with the fullback. That might be done finally.
Shout out to Burton, man.
So, do you keep an extra wide receiver because you're not doing the fullback right now?
You could go 6 receivers on the roster, then 1 on practice squad. You could, because last year we carried 5 to 6 depending on the week, and obviously like you have to carry an extra guy because if Justin Ross does make the roster, there's no guarantee he stays healthy. There's no guarantee KT stays healthy. So I think carrying 7 would be more logical because we know we're carrying 4 tight ends.
They also carried 3 quarterbacks the entire season.
Yep. I don't know if we do that this year though. I want him to do it this year.
Shane, I'm sorry, bro.
Appreciate
Love you.
Shane. Appreciate you, Shane.
Appreciate you, Shane.
Yeah, you may have to slide.
Best
Brother.
luck in your future endeavors.
Yeah, let's get into
You may have
that
to
real
slide,
quick.
bro.
Okay, so Blaine Gabbert, we
Here
we
we
got
go
our
to
backup.
Mizzou fan.
MIZ, baby. Go ahead. Say it, Chuck. I know you want
First of
to. Say
all,
it, Chuck. I know you
first
want
of
to.
all, first of all,
Come on,
Blaine
first
Gabbert was a guy that I really didn't like much at Mizzou. He's kind of in the category of Drew Lock, man. He did be the number 1 team in the country in college. I was at that game. They beat Oklahoma. They was number 1. I was at that game. That was good times and all that. But for the most part in big games, man, Blaine Gabbert, he was a little skittish, man. All I gotta say about him is this: he did just back up Tom Brady. He did watch for the sideline. He did watch him go to work. He's now moving on to Patrick Mahomes. I just hope that he doesn't have to enter the football game. That's all I'm gonna say on that. I just hope he's holding that clipboard the entire season.
Absolutely.
That's all I'm gonna say on Blaine Gabbert.
Absolutely.
Because if Patrick gets hurt, he got to play.
Or Blaine Gabbert.
Chase Daniel, stop playing. Chase was up for the Heisman.
I'm asking.
Stop playing. Chase Daniel was him at Mizzou.
Yeah,
I know he won. He been a glorified backup in the league, a very well paid.
Oh
backup.
my goodness,
he made
ridiculous.
I think he got the record for the most money made as a backup quarterback.
Yeah.
I saw the number. It's something crazy, like how much money he made being a backup. Chase Daniel was nice at Mizzou. I like Chase Daniel.
I think he made like about $84 million in his career.
Yeah, something
crazy.
Like that.
Oh yeah, Chase is a thief.
Absolutely, his agent is the best in the world. First team all ski mask. Stealing all the money
for sure. Yes,
and they probably threw the ball more than 10 times. God,
basically,
man.
Hey, I was a fan of not Chase Daniel. I was a fan of Chase Kaufman. Wasn't he the tight end?
Oh, yeah, I remember nice. I remember big Chase Kaufman.
He was nice.
That team,
but
J Mac, yeah.
We definitely don't want Gabbert to play. Absolutely. If he can do some spot duty, that's cool.
Couple blow you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I know people like Shane, but I think Justin Watson made the roster because Shane, that was the only person he threw the ball to every time he was in the game. It was okay. We're Justin Watson. I think he was like, I think his goal was help him make the team. But
show what he can do with the ball in this
game. And I think Justin Ross might be that guy too.
Absolutely.
You kind of want to say let it play out on the field, like because everybody's so upset about the wide receivers. I get it. It's not the best room. Mm-hmm. It's not.
Absolutely.
It's not. And it's not he's a guy and he's a guy. It's not that. It's just a collection of talent. You know what I'm saying? But like we've been saying, and this has been my argument forever, you have the best quarterback and the best coach. I don't need 4 Jerry Rices on this team. I just don't. I don't even need Jerry Rice.
You really
don't. Give me 3 John Taylors and I can win.
Facts.
I guarantee because I got the best coach and the best quarterback. I don't need 3 Calvin Johnsons on this team, bro.
Facts. And I understand it's always an argument of need and want. Do we need a wide receiver 1 on this team, like a legit one? No. Would I love to have one? Absolutely. I'm not crazy. Yeah. I want the roster to be better. Yeah, but I'm not realistically. Who can we grab right now? The only move we could do would probably be the D-Hop move. That would be considered a wide receiver 1. And granted, about what the money that he's asking for, which I think is capped, because I don't think Arizona knows when it gets to draft day that value is going to go down. So he may not go for what they think is perceived as what's saying the second round. That's probably not going to happen. He's more likely going to go for like a 4th, maybe a 5th. And then obviously you can see what kind of package you can get out of that. But more than likely, like Country said, we're drafting a receiver. And I know people have their doubts. Well, we can't coach receivers. Well, at first we couldn't find DBs, and then we fixed that. We couldn't find edge rushers, then we fixed that. Our linebackers were suspect, now we fixed that. So we've been fixing a lot of holes. Honestly, on this roster, how many holes y'all think we have, fellas, right now? Like
defensive tackle, edge, and the rest is depth. Maybe right tackle.
I would say right tackle. Right tackle would be my
number. Okay, that's fair.
We don't have a starter right now. I would say right tackle, edge, and then receiver. Those would be my top 3 in that order.
Mm-hmm. You don't think defensive tackle is the need right now? D-line. You need another body there.
We need some more bodies. I know that's why we got 7 picks. I expect us to draft a tackle and an edge in this draft to build depth. But I mean, like, we have foundation in that D-line room with Charles, with CJ. Obviously, we expect Mike Dana to have another big year because he actually came on strong at the end of the year last year. I wish we could have kept Colin Saunders, but I'm proud of him for getting the money and him doing what he had to do. But we got Nani back. But for the night now, as the D-line room is standing right now, it's younger. It's better in my opinion.
Warden. Don't forget Warden coming back.
Turk coming back off the knee. Shout out to Turk. And we could still possibly close to the training camp could do the same thing like last year. Carlos, you want to come back for a 1-year deal? Frank, you want to come back for a 1-year deal? That would be like a July type move. Let them sit at home and see what they want to do. But we could definitely add those guys. But legit holes outside of right tackle, I don't see us having legit holes on this team. Depth purposes, yes. The right tackle is the only one that's a legit hole for us.
Okay, so last year we threw numbers at cornerback.
Yep.
What position would you throw numbers at this year?
D-line. And all of it.
I think that's going to be the answer. That's always going to be the answer.
D-line. You can never have enough edge rushers. And we talked about it that episode when Tom Ali came on the Spaces with us. You can never have enough D-linemen, ever. And that wasn't even him just being a homer. Like, you play 18 weeks of rushing quarterbacks in a league where what do they do now, y'all? They pass the ball 80% of the time. You have to be able to get to the quarterback. It's a premium. That's why I loved the group last year because we added in Carlos. I even wanted another guy for us to bring in just because depth purposes. You can never have enough rushers. Guys get tired. Guys get hurt. They get banged up. It's a long way from September to February, country. It's a long time.
Long way.
You complaining about a guy not doing something in camp. What you think he's going to be doing in December, Chuck? That's all I'm saying.
And I think around June is when those guys come into play.
Yeah. Like, hey, I know
because I don't want to go to OTAs, Coach. Come on.
Yeah, I ain't trying to do all that.
Let me in June. And I think that's what he alluded to going back to Brett Veach when he was talking about Jared McKinnon today.
Yeah,
he was like,
"Yep, same thing."
We'll check in with him. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna let you chill at home with the fam. You know, we're gonna holler at you around OTA mini camp. See what you want to do.
And I said this before. Like, the trenches, they're still the most important part.
Absolutely, inside out, man. That's how you build a football team. I know everybody want to go outside in. Everybody want to be pretty, Chuck, but you gotta have that O-line, D-line. We got the O-line down. Like, I don't think nobody has a better guard in the league than us. Like guard, center guard, we got the best in the league, in my opinion. So now we got the best D tackle in football. We got Charles. Obviously, he's going to be a versatile guy for us as well. Our linebacker room is going to be it's going to be very, very good this year. Like, this is probably the best linebacker room we've had since DJ was here. And even that room wasn't like overall the best. But it's the best
Drew Tranquill's in
years. It's a great steal. Even Veach said we didn't think he was going to be on the market because they thought he was going to get signed. But then he's like, that's a great player of good value. You have to grab him. He's too good.
Who was with DJ? Was that Josh Maga and
Maga? Yeah, he was here. Who else was on that roster?
Yeah, Maga.
Was it Hitch? Who else?
Neiman.
Neiman was here, unfortunately. Hitch
was Zombo. Was Zombo there?
Frank Zombo.
God, special teams guy.
Wow.
That had to play.
Oh God.
Our linebacker outside of DJ, our linebacker room been nasty, bro.
I think as far as I might touch on safety.
You never know.
But I think I'm cool there. I'm cool at corner. I'm cool at linebacker. I think those are cool. I'm cool at guards.
Yep.
I'm cool there.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? I might add another tackle. One that can swing. Maybe if the Juwan Taylor experiment don't work, and then I can move him over to right.
Yep. I'm
cool at that. I am cool on the tight end room. I don't know. All of a sudden, it was Travis Kelce's going to get hurt. I don't know where it came from. I don't know what we've seen. He got beat up last year. You know why he got beat up last year? Because he had to carry a lot more. It was a lot more on his shoulders because Juju was learning the offense. We didn't bring Kadarius Toney until week 7?
Middle of the season, yep.
Middle of the season. MVS was learning the offense. Sky Moore is a rookie. So, I got to lean on Travis more. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he's going to have to lean on Travis Kelce as much as he did last year because MVS this is a second year. Sky Moore, second year. Kadarius Toney, a full offseason with this team.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? My level of comfortability is higher now. You know what I'm saying? So
put guys out there for more snaps now. They can play without looking back. Hey, what's the call? They know what to do now. I don't got to tell you what to run. All those things matter. Fans may not notice that kind of stuff, but getting a play. I know people make fun of Pat when he's always doing this shit. He always be saying, like, give me the play. If people making fun of him, he's trying to get the play in quick because he's trying to tell them, hey, you got a corner, you got a slant, you got a hitch and go. Like, he's trying to tell them the route. Now I don't got to tell you nothing. Y'all can just hear the call. I can say double X Joe Scat, and they know what to do. And we going out the gate. I don't got to rush them to give me the play because they already know what to do. Those things matter. And I think once, like Kurt said, when you have that comfortability, I can give you a look like, hey, if they give you man or press, change the route. And you don't even have to ask me because you already know we've been talking about that all offseason. And those are things you just have to do over time. You can't force that in a season. So this is going to be a much better year for this receiving group. I expect a big jump out of Sky. He just knows what to do. And a lot of times last year, he would just look confused. He just didn't know what to do. Now he has time. Him and Pat won't have those issues now more.
He lined up on the wrong side in the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? Like
in the freaking Super Bowl.
He caught a touchdown.
So imagine what
King Mo said, I don't think that the coaches trust Noah Gray like that. I'm curious about that. Why do you feel like that?
Fourth down catch for us in that Tennessee game. I don't know about that. That seems like a lot of trust to me.
Yeah, I don't.
He played more snaps than he's ever played in the league. So I'm like,
and he looked good. He looked like a solid number two.
Good to me.
He definitely jumped Jody, and Jody got hurt. So
he jumped Jody.
Yeah,
I want to talk about Travis Kelce real quick because I didn't get the vibe of him being hurt. I was kind of factoring the age a little bit because I mean at some point, at some point in a few years you got the
you got to
find a replacement.
The way people are talking is it's just a matter of time, and I just don't see that because I know Travis take care of his body. Travis is not, partying and drugging and all that stuff. So he hasn't had a major injury in 9 years. You know what I'm saying? So it can happen. It can happen at any time, but I just don't get the immediate panic that I was seeing. You know what I'm saying?
People want a contingency plan, and I want better players on this offense too. But like Country said, I'm not going to downplay Trav just because he's getting older. He's still going to go out there, produce, and be who he is. Trav's not going to stop doing that just because he's getting older. Trav, he's never been a great fast receiver or tight end. He's never been quick out of his breaks. He's always been a great route runner, savvy, and he knows how to read coverages very, very well from his position. And mainly because he plays just a lot from the tight end a lot.
And the slowest spin move in the league.
But it works.
And it works.
And they can't stop it. So I expect us to get and I know people's doubt is like, what's the Chiefs' weakness at drafting? We can't draft receivers. That's just what the notion is for us. Eventually, fellas, we're gonna hit one. It may not be the one that you may not like. That may be the one that turned out to be the one that is really good for us. We're gonna find one.
CJ, I keep asking the same question. When have they had to draft a wide receiver?
Not necessarily one. Even in the Tony
G year,
move our ball through them.
And everybody says, well, instead of Clyde, we should have got T. Higgins. But we had Tyreek, Sammy, DeMarcus, whatever you feel about him. Mm-hmm. Who else? McCall.
The one year we had the draft was McCall, and that was kind of sort of a panic move because we didn't know what was going on with Tyreek. We didn't know about that situation.
Right. That's why you needed a fast.
Exactly.
You needed a fast gadget guy. You didn't need DK Metcalf to do that.
That's why I don't really count that. I don't judge that move too much because, like Chuck said, that was based off a situation we couldn't control. Now, Tyreek was never going to be suspended. We know we don't take Mecole. We would have drafted someone else in a better position to help this team. So Mecole's pick wasn't necessarily his fault. That was just a situation or circumstance, and we couldn't control that. Unfortunately, Tyreek going through his offseason stuff. So if that doesn't happen, Mecole probably doesn't get drafted by the Chiefs.
There's been this perception that McCole wasn't a benefit for us. Like, I don't get it. He had a hell of a rookie year.
He had some games. He definitely had some
games. Yeah, some moments. Yeah, a lot of moments.
Bro, without McCole Hardman, they do not beat Houston in the playoffs.
Right, he had that big return.
He sparked that entire run. And after that kick return, they was on point.
That Buffalo game,
he fumbles the return, and they get him right back in the game. He scores the first touchdown. They go on a run and beat the brakes off Buffalo. Like
and then also like I remember
plenty of moments.
I remember when I was at the Ravens game a few years ago in Arrowhead, and it was at the time when Tyreek got hurt in that Jacksonville game week 1, and McCole had to step up. And McCole, I think he had 100 yards
off that game. Yeah, him and D-Rob
went off that game.
Him and DeMarcus Robinson.
And last year, he's been out 8 weeks. He comes and make a crucial third down catch.
And he took the hit.
And took a bad hit, actually. Right. I was kind of mad at Pat that he made him take that hit. But bruh, come on now.
People are always hyper about the guys we take early. And Mecole played DB in college. That's why I never had no expectations for him. But to stay on topic, I fully expect us to draft a receiver this year. Now, I understand people's doubts saying
Exactly.
we can't develop a receiver, but that doesn't mean you quit trying. I understand people may want a certain guy. There's a lot of receivers I like on the board that we can get. Eventually, we're going to find one, and they're going to turn out to be a good player for us. It may not be the guy that you like. It may be more an unlikely player, but we're going to find eventually a good receiver for this team.
And your core is young.
Facts.
So now I have the ability. I got him. I got CJ for 4 or 5 years.
Facts.
I can throw some numbers at this position now.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And it's not like, okay, my needs are, I need this. I got to have this. You know what I'm saying? I got the ability to do that now. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like you go, Brett Veach doesn't go into any draft with a major, oh my God, we have to get this.
Because we really don't
even as we are constructed right now, there's no major needs. If we go in and draft a wide receiver in the first, you ain't gonna be like, man, I knew we should have got an edge, man. What are they doing?
You're gonna be like, okay.
Like, no, we just get an edge next round. You know what I'm saying? Like, we could.
I think people forget we like you said, because we have 10 picks. Why does everyone get so upset when anyone has an opinion on who we draft first? Whether it be an edge, I'm cool with that. Whether it be a tackle or a receiver, we have so many guys that we could pick, and we have 10 picks. We're not going to use all 10. We may end up making it down to like 8 or 7, but we're going to have a lot of rookies coming onto our roster. And from based on what we did last year, like Country said, why can't we hit on some guys again? What's wrong with us finding a receiver on day 2 and we find him and he turns out to be a really good player? What's wrong with that? Why do we only have to draft a receiver day 1? Why can't we take one day 2? I don't get that. No,
right. If I end up with Jonathan Mingo, is that gonna kill me?
No.
If I end up with Marvin Mims, is that gonna sink my ship?
If you took Trey Palmer, Xavier Hutchinson, there's plenty of guys that I think could be very good for us. They may not be the people you like, but they can be good for us. There's a difference.
Are people more concerned with the name?
Yes, that's what it is.
Yeah, they definitely are more concerned.
That's really what it is. If it's not a big, why do you think everyone's so hell-bent on D-Hop? Most of the people in our chat that we're in, fellas, do not like the receivers because they don't know who they are. It's not to say that they don't know, they haven't watched them. You probably haven't even seen them play. That's why they keep bickering and arguing about who we should get. If it ain't D-Hop, they don't want it. You know why? We know who D-Hop is. He's a proven commodity. He's an all-pro. He's a top 10 receiver in the league. We know what he could do on any team. If it's not that, teams think we can't make receivers look good. That's a lot of people think.
I can't wait to the
don't get it.
game. I can't wait to the game where Richie James goes off.
Facts.
And then you know it's coming.
He gonna have a return.
You know it's gonna be one
like
game
or something. Watch. He's gonna go crazy. I'm like, remember y'all said he couldn't play?
Right. No, I don't remember saying that. You know what I'm saying? Like, but the same people that's mad about all the wide receivers right now, they're gonna be the main ones crying at the parade.
Be mad about that. We got that ring on our finger. I like it.
Right.
I love everybody's opinion. I don't get upset about it, but when they start doubting it, when they start doubting the team and doubting the coaching staff, what notion have you have doubt for this coach staff based on what we've seen the last 2 years? You could have went all out when we left Tyreek and we moved on from him, and look where we finished. So this roster will be better going forward and younger, like Country said. So if we have
it was a perfect time. It was a perfect time to jump off the bandwagon.
And talking about the future are two totally different conversations. Yes, I want better players for the future, but right now as it stands, if we took a rookie receiver in this draft, will we still average 30 points a game? Duh. Like what's going to change just because we took a younger receiver? Last time I checked, the old line's still here, Pat's still here, Andy's still calling plays. 87 ain't going nowhere. So last time I checked, the foundation's still here. Do I want a receiver for the future? I'm with you. I'm not going to sit up there and say we're going to struggle. You know this offense is not going to change. We're going to go into game 1 during the opener, and what's going to happen, Country? We're going to put up a 30 bomb on whoever it is. And the show goes on, no matter who's out there.
So that's another thing I said in the Spaces last week. Do you believe this offense could score 30 points a game? Everybody's like, yeah, of course. So what's wrong with building a defense that can only give up 27?
Thank you, Country.
What's wrong with that?
And why can't we do both? Why can't we score and build a defense? Like we don't have football isn't one-sided. People try to always argue like you can have a stance, but at the end of the day, we have 10 picks. We're gonna drive for both sides of the ball. So if you're a person that wants a number one defense or the number one offense, what's wrong with trying to do both? Like, you don't got to be on one side of the argument, people. Like, come on, man. We want a better football team. And also, this is like a PSA announcement, whatever it is, Chuck. I don't care how you do it on the show. Stop thinking you're not going to have holes in your roster. I'm so tired of people. I'm sorry, this is my rant. Stop thinking you're going to have a perfect roster. Jesus Christ, country. Stop telling people that we're going to have every A-plus player in every room. That's just not realistic. You're going to have some part of your roster that's going to be a tad bit weak compared to other teams. But at the end of the day, the foundation of any football team is your O-line, your quarterback, and your head coach. We have that. All the other stuff, we can figure it out. But stop telling me you want a perfect roster. You're never going to have a perfect roster. They said the Eagles had a perfect roster in 2011. What happened? They say the Bills had a perfect roster last year. What happened? So stop telling me you want this dream. I want the roster to be better too. Don't get it twisted. I want great players, but you're going to have weaknesses somewhere. It's just not realistic to think we're going to have an A-plus player in every room. You're never going to have that because it's a cap for a reason. There's a cap space.
Preach to the choir, man. Preach to the choir, bro.
I had to get that off, bro. I'm tired of people.
But at the end of the day, there's one position that you have to have right. And we got it like 1,000% correct. That the guy that you have to have right, you got to have that guy right. We got that guy.
Stop playing, man.
So everything isn't. It don't have to be perfect because when you got that one, it ain't got to be perfect.
I'll figure out
that 2018 defense couldn't stop Rockhurst from scoring.
Facts. The JV.
But they had that guy.
One player going to the Super Bowl with the worst.
You gotta acknowledge that, and I get the other side of the argument. Let's talk about the other side of
absolutely.
I don't want Pat to do all. He doesn't have to do all it, but he's not working harder though. I think he's working smarter.
I think he was working smarter this year too. Honestly,
I don't think he was working harder.
He had to win.
It wasn't no Pat. We're down by 24. Pull us out the fire every game.
He wasn't doing that every week. No,
it wasn't pretty, but they won. It wasn't pretty.
And if you look
then the games they lost by a combined like 10 points.
Yeah, like 10 points.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
We had more 20-yard plays this year than we did last year with Tyreek Hill. So what are y'all saying? We weren't explosive. We had more 20-yard plays without the fastest dude in football probably we've ever seen. More 20-yard plays. We had 13 guys catch a touchdown this year. So it looked different to you. And that's the thing me and Chuck were saying in our spaces before the summer started. It's going to look different, but it's still going to be the same Chiefs. But people doubted us because they just haven't seen it. But even before we got Tyreek Hill, what were we doing in 2014 and 2013 when we had Donnie Avery and Junior Hemingway and Anthony Fasano and Dexter McCluster? We were still scoring 30 points a game, people. Nothing changes. We went into a playoff game with no Jamar Charles, no Tyreek Hill, no Travis Kelce that year. We still almost put up 50 points. That was a 40-point ball game when we lost to the Colts. Very frustrating that we lost, but we still put up 40 points that game. You know why? Because we have Andy Reid. It doesn't matter. As long as you give him pieces around him, he'll figure out the rest. I believe Beach will hit on a receiver. I'm trusting you. I don't know if it'll be this year or next year. We're going to find one eventually. But we've been through way darker times before we had 15. So there ain't no reason to complain, like Chuck said, man.
Here's the scenario. Here's the scenario. Would you rather? All right, we playing the Chiefs today. We got Pat, we got Tyreek, we got Travis. All right, we got to figure out. This is hard anyway, but we got to figure out how to shut down one of these guys. Or I got Pat, Tony, James, Travis, Gray, Pacheco. Like it's everybody is wide open. I don't know who's going to be the guy today.
That's the dope thing about the offense.
I don't know.
You never know.
Who knows?
I want to ask y'all this. Okay, so like, since we just won the bowl, without a true number one wide receiver per se on the outside or on the depth chart or whatnot, do you think more teams moving forward?
Forgot about
Anthony Fasano, tight end.
Anthony Fasano.
Yes, sir.
do y'all think?
I'm sorry, Chuck. I'm sorry.
Do y'all think more teams are gonna follow our blueprint moving forward as far as like getting the number one tight end and then building like a bunch of wide receivers around, the quarterback and the tight end and the offense, just to be like you mentioned, have a bunch of John Taylors on the team and try to win that way. Because I'm looking at this tight end draft class this year, and it's pretty
Really
deep.
good. It is. It's really
Do
deep.
you think the trend starts now?
It
When you
could.
look at that,
Given the team and their circumstance, like teams that have a really good O line and obviously a good quarterback that can get them the ball, there's teams that can build that mode. Obviously, Philly's kind of in a similar mode like us. They run the ball a lot more, but really good O line. They got a good tight end in Dallas Goedert. I really like him a lot. He's young. He can do a lot of similar things that Trav can do. And obviously, Jalen Hurts is coming into his own as well. But they have guys like
AJ
obviously
Brown's that
Devontae
dude.
Smith,
AJ
AJ
Brown,
Brown.
that dude.
Yeah, they don't really need that many because they already got their two guys. So
But bro, what good is copying it if
it ain't the
if I don't have the right pen?
fact.
You know what I'm saying?
You ain't got the
I
writing.
You know what I'm saying? It's like I'm copying the test, but he using a fancy pen, and I got this
Number
raggedy
two.
ball print. I got to lick the top of it to get it. You know what I'm saying? Like it ain't the same.
Facts.
It ain't the same.
Facts.
So you can attempt to copy it,
Facts.
but
I mean,
it ain't gonna
because
be
these sports leagues, they be copying, bro.
Copycat league. They
of
gonna try.
course,
They gonna try.
of course.
I don't think it's
Yeah,
gonna
Bro,
work.
how many teams ran the shovel pass at the goal line last year?
Oh, it was a
And-
bunch when
it never looks the
fans was
same.
complaining. Fans was complaining when we was doing that. Hey, Mahomes get all these cheap touchdowns with the shovel pass, blah blah blah.
But you know what? You know what people are gonna do next year? Everybody's gonna be pushing their quarterback in the back to get those 4th and 1s
Like
next year.
Jalen Hurts and the Eagles, the mush push.
Didn't they
That's gonna
change
be
that
the new
rule, though?
thing.
They attempted to. It was on the ballot, but it didn't get changed.
It didn't get
Oh.
It
changed.
didn't get changed. It was on the ballot.
That's gonna be the next
Yeah,
thing.
Yeah.
That's gonna be the
That's
next.
gonna be
It's a copycat league, bro. It's a
Everybody
copycat
gonna try to
league.
build the old line. Everybody gonna do the same things.
But you ain't got that guy though. It's hard to do it without that guy because
Like, you ain't
he
got the
did
O line to do it either. Facts. Philly got a great O line. Like us and them, there's a reason we both were in the Super Bowl. The two best O lines in football met up. From guard to guard, tackle to tackle. That's the only team I'll put on the same level as us because they're good everywhere. So
Yeah, we're not doing no tush push.
man, we dang sure ain't doing that. I don't think we even know what a push is.
Yeah.
We look like what?
Let Pacheco
Right.
push him and he twists his ankle.
He be
Y'all
like,
go
what's that?
crazy.
Nah, give it a 10. He be all right.
Right.
He can do that.
Yeah.
Are we ever gonna see
give
a
it to
quarterback
him.
sneak from Mahomes again?
I bet my life we don't.
I'll say this: Andy Reid won't be here when it happens.
Facts.
Okay.
If Andy's the head
Here's
coach,
another thing. Here's another thing about the Mahomes camp, which I like. But that tells me, as soon as Andy Reid retires, this is 115% Patrick Mahomes team. Andy Reid still got a piece right now, and he holding on for dear life. But when Andy walk away, this is Patrick Mahomes' team. Period.
facts.
I don't care who the coach is. And
Yep.
Matt Nagy, stay as close as you can so you can be that guy. But Pat gonna have all to say so. Period.
That's a fact. I bet
He
that
already displaying it, and I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. We'll see, because he still got Andy Reid to pull him back right now, to rein him in. Because
That's what I'm
he
kinda
listens
concerned
to Andy
about.
Reid.
That's what I'm kind of concerned about when it becomes his team per se.
who's gonna be
Because who gonna reel him in?
Facts.
Who gonna reel him in?
You gotta
Man,
have
Nagy
somebody
ain't
you
gonna.
listen to.
Man,
I
Nagy
don't
ain't
think
gonna do it.
Nagy more of like a you confide,
yes,
like
man.
talk to.
And
He's on
man,
the
Yes,
level.
man.
You need somebody like, hey, bro, chill out. Somebody
yeah,
to check
man,
you out.
Nagy is the cool parent.
Yeah, you
Andy
need
Reid
somebody to
is
check you. The angry one. Yeah,
certain
this-
stuff you can
and
get
that-
away with mama that you can't get away with that.
yeah. Somebody
You
got
know
to
what I'm
check you.
saying?
at some
So
point. Yeah, facts.
But
and this is why
that is-
and this is why I say we eventually we're gonna miss that Bieniemy type of personality on the coaching staff.
And it's crazy how every
Eventually.
player backed him up and fans still talk crazy about him. That was so funny.
Right. Mm-hmm. Oh
Yeah.
God, I don't want Cliff near this.
Cliff took the
coaching
job
staff.
already. Yeah, Cliff took the USC job.
yeah.
He the QB coach or the OC.
I can see him being a QB coach though.
Yeah,
can see that.
wasn't that his original job before he took the head coach for Tech? I think he was a QB's coach. I thought he was.
down at A&M
Yeah.
with
Yeah,
Kyler
he's a-
Murray and
yeah.
Manziel.
He was originally a QB's coach.
Nah, hey, I think Matt Nagy is definitely the coach in waiting. Period.
I mean, yeah, I don't think
he is.
Unless if EB goes and blow Washington out the water,
bring him back.
Nah.
That'd be a hell of a homecoming story. I would love it, but I don't think it would happen. I would love it though.
I think he's. It probably wouldn't happen. I think he's a guy that could possibly. Hey, Pat,
he'll be the head coach at Washington. He'll be the head coach at Washington.
If he do a great job, I
on
would
his way
rather
out.
stay there. But I want EB back. But I don't think he would come back though.
Yeah,
that'd be fire though. That would be fire.
That would be fire though.
That would be amazing.
But you're gonna need somebody. If you're gonna hire a guy, he gotta be a guy that Pat can just run over. You know what I'm saying?
Be afraid
Did
to check.
You say Jeff Fisher, Kevin? No.
Jeff Fisher. Yeah, Christ. That's a cuss word in St. Louis. They can't even say that word out there.
Exactly. Jeff Fisher, Kevin, you trolling. You definitely trolling.
So bad. Jesus Christ. That was them late 2010s or them early 2010s Rams teams were terrible.
Sam Brown, would you say that?
I'm gonna tell you this right now. Oh. Hold on, country. I'm gonna tell you this right now. If it wasn't for that Music City Miracle against Buffalo, Jeff Fisher's name would not be as big like how it is.
He is. If you look up mediocre in the dictionary, he is the 8-8.
8-8 king.
The 8-8 king.
9-8. It was 8-8. That's a fact.
But is that something to think about? And that's way down the line, though. But do you think that would be a problem when Pat kind of really just takes the throne?
I mean, most of the time when you have a quarterback who gets to that level, you want a quarterback, obviously, who can run the offense itself. Because obviously when you get to like those Peyton Manning later years, those Tom Brady later years, like Josh McDaniels had to say so, Jim Caldwell had to say so. But at the end of the day, those guys ran the show. And at that point in Pat's career, he would run the show. I would hope like we would have a coach in town that would be able to not be scared to say, hey, Pat, you're not doing your job at this point, to correct yourself, because nobody's above coaching. Regardless if you've been in the league 10 years or 20 years, Brady always loved to be coached. I know we troll Brady all the time. He wasn't opposed to being coached, regardless of how long he was in the league. He may have argued with you, but he wouldn't just disrespect the coach in front of everyone. If they told him what he was doing, he'd go out there and fix it and try to win a ball game. And I think Pat has built that rapport up for this organization way faster than any of the quarterback that I've seen, in my opinion. And he's only in we're going into year 7 of Pat now. He just finished year 6. So by that point, I think he'll be fine.
I'm not trying to say he's a diva, because I agree, DJ. He's not a diva, but I'm saying that when the team is his, that's just human nature. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's natural.
I'm really the man. Like, I ain't even got to answer to the old God no more. This is me.
Facts. I just pray to God at that point. As long as we have everything else set in place around him, obviously, like if we have a great DC, I'm more so worried about the DC, more so who the OC is. Like, like I have no problem about what Pat's going to do with the offense. He'll know everything like the back of his hand. He can call the plays for most of the time and call it. Be very comfortable. If we have a great defense with a great defensive coordinator, whenever Spags decides to move on, which would probably be when Andy split because they're attached at the hip, whoever our DC is would be more important to me. Country. That's why if we get a great defensive coordinator to go along with Pat Mahomes, I'm not worried about nothing else. If you give the ball back to 15 and give him stops, the rest will handle itself. You feel me?
I can see that.
That's
a great point.
Because like what's the highest defense we've had since we've been here? What, 15, 12?
Yeah.
This Pat, like we've never had top 10. We even get close to a top 10. We're not losing with a top 10 defense. I'm telling you that right now. I'm not even trying to be cocky. We're not losing with a top 10 defense. We're just not.
That's interesting. What about a defensive coach with Pat?
That's what I'm saying. I wouldn't mind that. If it's a really good defensive coach, I know Pat gonna handle the offense. If we can get our defense to be top 10 or even hover around that area, we'll be fine. We'll be doing the same thing we've been doing.
I would look. It got to be a sort of young guy. Yeah, but he has to respect the guy.
Facts.
Period. Point blank. Like if I'm Clark Hunt, I'll be like, Pat, do you really come on? Do you really respect this guy, bro? Because
absolutely,
if you don't respect him, we're gonna be hiring another guy in 2 years.
Exactly. Absolutely.
And I don't want to be that guy. You know what I'm saying? So I think Mike Tomlin would be like Mike Tomlin type of guy.
I
think he'd be one of those guys that could pull. You know what I'm saying? It's just something I was thinking about because of this Mahomes camp, and he's really the coach down there. You know what I'm saying? He reporting back. Justin Watson doesn't make the team without Mahomes camp last year.
I don't think he did.
Big
And Pat don't even know the kid. Pat's like, yo, Brett, who's this?
This dude, he can run. Where you find him? Oh, he was sitting in Tampa.
Yeah.
This dude can run.
You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it's just something to think about. But even thinking about it now, it's like Pat's not no diva type dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, because if he was, we would see it. Because he literally runs the city right now.
I don't think you can win this many championships in the fashion we had to win it. Pat being hurt in both Super Bowl runs, losing like Tyreek Hill, not having even a close to even being a top 15 or top 20 defense, to go through all the adversity we've had to go through. I don't think you can get through those last 4 years we've had. I don't think you could do that being a diva. I really don't think you can go through all that. You don't beat the Eagles and beat the Niners being a diva, because it's been a team effort where we've been at.
Hey, look, or I hire a coach to coach 2 through 53, and Pat, you do your thing.
You get the OC, whoever, y'all just do y'all thing. Whoever.
You and your quarterback and your OC, y'all do y'all thing. I'm coaching the rest of these guys.
Exactly, and that's the biggest thing. Like, we've never had a defense, so
yeah. True that.
If we get a real defense, man, the sky's the limit, dog.
Yep. So before we go ahead and wrap up tonight's show, I just wanted to touch on the fact that we're gonna have the largest stage and the biggest screens in league history when the draft begins next Thursday. The largest stage and the biggest screens in league history when the NFL draft comes here in Kansas City. The defending champs, dog. So, I mean, they just announced the concert series today. I mean, it's free for everybody, and they announced the other stuff like, the NFL draft experience and all that. You guys seen the map and all that. So, I mean, what are y'all what is the most y'all looking forward to as far as like attending the NFL draft? Like, what's the one big thing?
I just want to see all the fans. I want to, hey, country, I'm wearing my Super Bowl jersey. I'm trolling every single day. If I see any Bengals fans, don't come near me. I'm trolling you. If I see any Eagles fans, don't come near me. I'm trolling you. Talk to me. I want y'all keep that same energy, Chuck. All that talking they be doing online, bring that to me in person. I want to see it, country. All y'all
don't do it, man.
I'm doing it. I got to do it now. I ain't seen them in person since the game. They told me they was gonna win, country. I saw.
But this is the thing, and I worked at Arrowhead last year. Worked the parking lot all last year. It's not the same in person.
They don't be that bad.
Them were some of the nicest dudes. Hey, man, we might get y'all. We done got y'all 3 times.
They get you.
But it was that. But hey, man, it's Pat. You never know.
You never know.
It's always that doubt. That's why I told him that. Like, bro, if I done played you 3 times and I've only beat you,
yes, sir,
by 3 points every time, I'm talking, but in the back of my mind, it's like, if it went, if there's just, you know what I'm saying? Like, but here's the thing about the Bengals that they fail to realize. Pat figured out how to beat y'all.
That's a fact.
And all he's going to do is expand on that. So now y'all have to adjust again.
And our roster's only going to get better. That's the scary part. We're only going to get better. That's the
scary part.
We're only going to get better. We big y'all.
And that goes for every fan, not just the Bengals fan, Brent. That goes for it's never the same in person.
Oh, yeah.
I met cool Raiders fans.
People talk crazy on the phone. In person, they cool.
Yeah.
But Brent, I'm still throwing shots. I'm going to be a little petty. I'm going to be respectful about it. I got to be a little petty. Like, Burrowhead, huh? Oh, y'all saying that? Oh, that sounds good. I got to get my jokes off a little bit. Just I ain't going to be disrespectful. I'm going to be nice. I'm going to be a very hostful person. But I'm trolling just a little bit. I got to get my bars off, country. I've been holding it in too long.
I got you. Here's another public service announcement. When you're debating and on Twitter, and you say a football point, and then the guy counters back with, "Well, I got a good job. I own my house. I got a nice car. My wife's fine as hell."
I don't know about that last. They be lying about that last point, country. I don't know about that one. They be lying. Bro. They be lying about that one. I don't know about that last one, bro.
That means you won the argument. Because if I can't counter back a football point, with a football point, and I got to start talking about your character, your looks,
Your personal stuff,
your
all
age, your weight, all that. That means I won the argument, bro.
that. Hit us up.
Nah, hey, shout out the how about those Chiefs, man? Shout out to Cole, man. Like
Appreciate it, Cole.
we gave Cole a lot of credit. Cole helped us out a lot, so
You feel me,
we
Juice? I
appreciate it,
gotta
bro.
troll a little bit, bro. I gotta be a little petty. You feel me? They was talking too
Ooh,
crazy.
hey, you know, but they talk
Tad
for a
bit,
year.
bro. It's all in good fun because they was joking with us, so I'm gonna joke back. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Big dogs, huh? Who the best? I got them all. I got the jokes lined up. I can't wait. Oh, I can't wait for this. It's gonna be.
But it's gonna be a good experience, man. I pray that it's no foolishness. We got
Right.
no foolishness,
Be respectful.
no violence, no dumb stuff.
None of
Let's
that.
have fun. Let's enjoy it. Let's put on for the city because we need all 100 million of them dollars that's coming into
We
the
need
city.
it all, baby.
But shout out to Mayor Lucas. They just paved the street around the corner, and
Shout out to Mayor
thank
Q,
you, bro.
man.
Thank you.
Hey,
I
keep
needed
clearing
it.
up them potholes, man. They be killing them.
Man, help them potholes out, bro. Yo, man, if you came from How About Those Chiefs, man, we appreciate you, Anthony. Is it Pacey? You don't have to tell us how to pronounce your name, bro.
I hope I'm saying it right. If I pronounce it
Yeah, I
wrong,
hope I'm saying it because I don't want to disrespect you at all,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah,
I appreciate you. But yeah, get you some barbecue, get you some drinks, have fun, man. Don't do too much. If you're doing too much, get an Uber. Please come home safe.
Uber,
You got
please.
3 days of this. You know what I'm saying? Or
Pace yourself.
just walk it off. Because I don't know if an Uber gonna work. You might have to just walk that drunkenness off, man.
You better go to the water party or something. They got a lot of events this week. We got Kelsey Jam. Obviously, we got
the Kelsey Jam.
You got the new Heights
610 is 610 is doing something on Wednesday where they got a Q&A.
Somebody doing something at Power at P&L. I forgot who it was, but somebody's having a show like that Wednesday or Tuesday. I don't know.
Okay.
Somebody's doing something there, and then obviously the New Heights show is in the music hall with Trav and Jason. So there's a lot of events like Tuesday and Wednesday before the big day on Thursday. So there's a lot of stuff.
I really want to go see New Heights, bro.
Man,
I really did.
Me too.
Them tickets went so fast.
Like, man. I was up there at 10 o'clock on my phone. I was like this, like I'm about to get me some tickets. Gone. I'm like, dang, I'm in line. I think I'm on sneakers, Chuck. And then said I was like, I bet he don't get it. I was like, man,
he better not get it. He better
not get it. That's what they were saying.
But,
I wanted to go so bad.
Yeah, shout out to Homage. Y'all gonna have to do a giveaway or something, man.
Shout out to Homage, man.
Get us in there,
man.
I see sneakers done bless you too.
Hey, but sneakers been looking out, bro. Sneakers been looking out, bro.
You got the ones? You got the ones?
I got the ones. I got them. I got the Lost and Founds, and I got the Lucky Greens.
Oh, okay.
You ain't talking about the Thunder 4s.
I got them. I hit on. That was on the shock drop. I hit on them.
Yeah.
So it kind of make up for me missing my New Heights show. It kind of make up for
man, because that was
you can't get everything. You can't get it all.
Travis is such a cool dude, man. So
but yeah.
So
said whatever the homage. But yeah, let's go ahead and get to
hit the sponsor, bro.
Quick. Let's go ahead and get to it before we get up out of here, man. Yeah, shout out to good folks at Homage. I am wearing the NFL Blitz collection. I showed that earlier.
Vintage.
Pat. Yeah.
Vintage.
Homage, y'all want to tap me in? I'll rep the gear, you know what I'm saying? You go ahead. I'll my DMs is open, you know what I'm saying?
So yeah, for today's special, they got 20 to 40% off site wide. Free gift on orders of $150 or more. That's you got that going on. Let's see here. You got the NFL logo collection still. Still got a little bit of time left to get you some more gear before y'all head to the draft. For those who are coming to Kansas City, if not, you want to watch from home. I mean, that's cool too. But yeah, they got that going on still. The NBA playoffs, that's still going. Got the NBA on Fire collection. Got the NBA Jam type of shirts. You got the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle NBA collection as well. That collaboration.
I saw that little bitch is fire. I like that.
Yeah, it's fire. Fire. And then they got the MLB season going on. MLB Retro Helmets collection going on as well. So, yeah, copy some gear and pay homage. And before we go, man, I just want to touch on this real quick. I want to shout out to Ralph Yarl. I'm glad he's recovered. I'm glad that nothing ended up being serious.
Absolutely.
He's in good
Absolutely.
health. He's recovering. He looks good. So, um, but the job's not done. As far as that situations go. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, I just hope he gets the full justice that he deserves. Because my thing is this: people go to wrong houses all the time, and I haven't heard of them getting shot at or getting or anything like that. It's just we're just not safe, bro. We're really not safe in this world, bro.
It's crazy.
So
And
just
and
stay
when you
prayed
say
up,
we,
protect
bro,
yourself.
and when you say we, bro, it ain't just because we black either.
Right.
It's the white girl pulls up in the
Yeah,
wrong
yeah,
driveway to
the
turn
old dude,
around.
yeah, shot her. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Then the
Yep.
little kid, a little
Got in the
girl.
wrong car.
I didn't even hear about that one. I was
Yeah.
talking about the little girl that went to go get the football out of her neighbor's yard, and they shot
Oh, I
her.
did hear that one. No, there was some dude that was getting his family. I think he got in the wrong Uber or wrong Lyft or something in the wrong
Bruh,
car, and somebody off him. I'm like, he got in the
it's
wrong car by accident. Like,
it's an accident, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is the
errors
world
happen.
that we living in. This is a crazy world we living in, bro.
Crazy, bro.
Like, just I always say love on the people that you can love on, bro, but keep them tight. But you never even know, bro. You
So
never
true.
even know.
You gotta
So
have critical
it's
thinking. Just think before you act, man. Just think, please. Please think before you act.
please, and in particular this weekend, next weekend.
Facts.
It's gonna be a lot of. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a lot of. The weather's supposed to be. Come on, guy, with the weather. Come on, bro. Look us up.
I'm hearing 60s. Is that accurate?
Yeah, I'm hearing
That's the last
60s,
thing
but
I
I'm hearing
saw.
rain though. I'm hearing
Oh God,
rain.
please don't rain. Just
Oh
I don't even care
no,
about
Yeah,
the
yeah.
please
no,
don't
I'm
rain.
hearing
no
rain.
Golly.
rain.
So
Please
That'd be
no
cruel,
rain.
man. Don't do
I
that.
know it's gonna be a lot of excitement. It's gonna be a lot of things going on. It's gonna be a lot of drinking and extracurricular activities. But man, keep your head
About the
about
420.
you. Don't don't do nothing crazy, man. Just
Facts.
don't do nothing crazy. Let's show these people that Kansas City is bigger than all that foolishness, bro.
You
I'm
feel
tired
me?
of being on the news for foolishness. Let's be on the news
For
because we
real.
did this right and showed up and showed out and we had fun. Everybody got home safe. There wasn't no dumb stuff. You know
Absolutely.
what I'm saying? Let's do it like that. But
Absolutely. I'm
shout
with
out to Ralph Uri. Shout out to his family. Man,
you.
cover them in your prayers. What y'all doing with the GoFundMe is amazing.
Amazing.
You know what I'm saying? And like I said, it's not just about him, bro. These other that girl, that all that stuff, bro. That's crazy,
That could
bro.
happen to anybody's kid, anybody's family.
Yeah,
You know,
that can happen
it
to
could happen
your
to me.
kid. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't gonna, you know what I'm saying? But hey, man, just be safe, man. Start loving each other, man. We got to stop this hating, bro. We got to
Facts.
stop it, bro.
Gotta think, man.
We
Please.
got to stop it, bro.
Facts.
Ain't nobody
Everything.
gonna get hurt at the cannabis festival though. Ain't
You know,
nobody
everybody
hurt
gonna be
nobody.
chilling there. Everybody gonna be having a good time.
I would hit you, bro,
Right.
but
You right. You
I'm
would
feeling
think.
good.
Yeah.
I don't want to blow this buzz.
Yeah, he's out from the hospital. He's at home. He's
Yeah, he's recovering.
recovering.
Yeah. Thank God.
Hey,
Mm-hmm.
Thank
bro,
God.
the dude got shot in the head, bro. Like, and he's
Crazy.
walking around and
Bro, that's
and
a
it's not
miracle, dog. And he got shot in the arm. He got
bro,
shot
That's a
twice.
blessing. That's a
That's a
blessing, bro.
ain't
twice.
nobody but God.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody but
Yeah,
God
Mm-hmm.
that boy
yeah.
walked out. There ain't no
So
way he should have been walking home. He had to go to
whatever
somebody
you
else's
choose
house.
to,
Yeah.
whatever you choose to believe in, he was with him that day.
Whatever it
You know what I'm
was.
saying?
Somebody was
Whatever you
somebody
choose
was
to
praying
believe
for
in.
that boy. Somebody was praying.
So let's have fun, man. Let's make this fun, man. Let's put Kansas City on the map. Kansas City is trying to become a major city. They're gonna drag y'all kicking and screaming.
Do it.
They're gonna drag y'all to be this major city, man. So
Be a part of
shout
it.
out to everybody involved, man. The draft is gonna be hilarious. It's gonna be a great time. We're gonna try to catch up to as many people as we can. I'm working on something. We're gonna really spread our word. I got that we working on something. So
Yeah. We've been
hell
working
yeah.
behind the scenes, man. So we got something cooking for y'all.
Definitely.
Yeah,
But
that's why
but
I'm
but
sleepy
yeah.
now because I was up last night brainstorming.
Gotta
Listen,
get
I
the
went to
brand out
sleep. I went to sleep late too, dog. So I was trying to do stuff for the pod too, man. So
Yeah.
um, but like
Plus
but with
sprinkling
that,
kept me up all night too.
there.
nah,
Snowfall
but
kept me up. I
Shout
had
out
to
to Sprinkler,
reevaluate
man.
my life after watching Snowfall.
yeah, some people had some people there was like some controversy with the ending.
Bro, I'm having a space tomorrow. I'm gonna send it. Yeah, we gotta tap in. We gotta talk, bro. We gotta talk.
I need to, bro. I need to.
We got to vent. I got to vent, bro. I got to get some stuff off my chest. This ain't even funny how they did my dog Saint, man.
Man, cool. Hey, and to the new subs, new subscribers, new people. Hey, man, tell your friend, man, if you like us, hopefully you like the show. Hopefully you like what we bring to the table. We got a great team. We got even more people, Kylie, Boogie, D-Mac. You know what I'm saying? Maybe we work some more with CJ down the road.
I'm gonna get my dogs on to the fire.
But, you know what I'm saying, man? Hey, come on, man. Just give us a chance. If you don't like us, just give us another chance. If you don't like us, give us another chance, and we'll get you eventually. Just keep giving us a chance.
Right. So, yeah. So, like, with that being said, man, fellas, man, CJ, where can everybody find you at, CJ?
They can definitely find me on Twitter. That's my @name right there, CGZ81. Also, follow my podcast page at The Aftermath KC. We usually post our episodes every week during the season. In the offseason, we kind of been taking a little break. We're trying to wait for some news to pop up. So we got the draft coming up. So we definitely going to give y'all a new episode. I'm going to get my dog Chuck and Country on the show. I'm definitely going to tap in with y'all for sure. Whenever we start breaking down film, y'all know what to hit me. I'm ready to talk ball whenever. My DMs is open. My ads is open. You ever want to talk to me, just let me know. I'm easy to reach. I'm easy to find. I'm going to be right in front of Union Station. Just holler at me.
He means that, too.
I really will be there. I really will.
So, man, Kingdom Cast, man, like, share, subscribe. We are now on Apple Music Podcast. We are on Apple Podcasts. The link is on the we'll put the link up in the bio or whatever. I always wanted to say that. The link's in the bio. But we on every social media platform now. I think we cover every podcast page. So, man, check us out, man. We appreciate y'all for stopping through, and we'll see y'all again next week.
Yep, and to all the fans that are coming in from Kansas City to the draft, yes, we actually have an airport now, according to y'all. So I don't want to hear none of that clowning and stuff and all that other stuff. To my man, this ain't no airport. I ain't got nothing here to eat. Blah blah blah.
Airport
and then
fire. Airport fire now.
And another thing, we do have sidewalks. We do have sidewalks.
So ain't no cows walking around either. This ain't no
grass out here, you dig?
Right. So yeah, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, share all your social media platforms. To the next episode, it's on to the draft, people. We out.
It's on to the draft. We finally here, man.